Hello, welcome back to the WaygookinWay podcast. This is podcast based on my life and experiences, some of which you can hear about in other episodes of the podcast, and some that you can read about by going to WaygookinWay.com. That's where I blog about my life, my experiences in Korean and Korean American culture from the perspective of a non-Korean. To go there, you can go to WaygookinWay.com. If you have questions, you can always email me at contact@WaygookinWay.com. That's contact@WaygookinWay.com. So this is a follow-up to the last episode. The last episode that I did talked about how I went from being nervous, not really comfortable speaking Korean, to being able to speak Korean in public in Korea. And I talked about just a change in my attitude, a change in my mindset, and just starting over in how I learned Korean, trying to learn it a different way and how it helped me to make progress. So definitely check out that episode if you haven't done so already. And if you find that to be a helpful tip for you, please like it and share it with other people. One other thing that I think helped me was being around positive people. And so, my story, and I've talked about this before if you've listened to other episodes of this podcast, my story is I didn't get a lot of help or encouragement from people, especially learning Korean as a black man. A lot of times people thought it was a joke, they thought it was funny, they're wondering why in the world am I doing this, it's useless. And so that got to be very discouraging. And in talking to a number of you, some of you have reached out to me on Facebook or other means. Some of you have felt that same discouragement as well, of people not understanding you or people not giving you a lot of support. I would say another area where I didn't get a lot of support was from the Korean people that I was around. And so, some Korean people are very thankful when someone wants to learn Korean, in part because a lot of people don't take the time to reach out to the Korean community here in the United States. But also a lot of people go to South Korea and they expect everything to be done in English, everyone to speak English. They don't try to learn the language or the culture. So to have someone who is willing to do that definitely can mean a lot to a lot of people. So I definitely recommend that, especially if you're trying to go to Korea, if you're trying to be a teacher, learn as much as you can. But there were some Korean Americans that were very negative towards me. And they lived kind of in their own, I'd say, bubble. They lived a life where they were mainly around other Korean Americans, and it got to be very cliquish and negative. So for people within that type of a society, unfortunately, they would find excuses not to be around people who weren't Korean. And then I later found out that even other Koreans they had problems with. So it was very negative, very discouraging. And when you're around that, you learn not to love a language, you learn not to love a culture, and it'll make you want to quit. But I think the turning point for me, and I'm thinking about this since I told someone this over the weekend, was when I actually went to Korea. So, before going, I was told a lot of negative things about people won't understand me, people will mock me, people will hate me. But when I got to Korea, I was around a lot of positive people. Were they all rich? No. Some had no money, some didn't even have a job. But just the overall life in Korea and the overall experience of people who were willing to try to talk to me in Korean definitely made a huge impact on me. And so naturally when I'm there, I'm not speaking perfect Korean. But I was able to get certain things corrected. I was able to get help with certain grammar issues that I had in my speaking. And these are people that I'm friends with to this day. We communicate regularly. We talk about a number of things. We have conversations in Korean over Kakao. And so just having those positive people and seeing that, yes, even though I don't speak perfectly, I can be understood, made me want to learn more, made me want to study more, made me want to do more with my Korean. And so if you're finding that you're having a lot of negativity around you when trying to learn Korean or any other language, look for people that are going to be positive and support you. If you're on Facebook, you can find different clubs that are there to help support people that want to learn a language. You're here on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and you can find videos of people who are giving tips and people who maybe look like you, walk like you, talk like you, act like you, and they're learning or they're living in the country where the language is spoken regularly, and they're showing that you can live and you can survive there. So once you see positivity around you, once you have that encouragement, it helps push you forward. But if you're surrounded by darkness and negativity, then guess what? You're going to have that darkness, you're going to have that negativity, and you won't believe in yourself. But if you believe in yourself and you're learning for the right motive, you can use that to propel you forward and to help you make progress. So that's just another brief tip that people who have learned multiple languages use, and hopefully that'll help you too. If this is something that you know someone is going through, by all means forward them this video. If this is something that can help you, definitely like and definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can email me directly at contact@waygookinway.com. That's contact at WaygookinWay.com. Look in the description box for the social media links, including how you can follow me on Kakao if you are learning Korean, and you can send me Kakao messages. And some of you have done that, so very much appreciated. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you later. And as always, remember, the best way to live out your dreams is to just be yourself, be honest, and when you want to get rid of your nightmares, live out your dreams, and things will go well. Talk to you later. Goodbye.